Offenheit hat man ihren Namen nicht vergessen. Die ersten Biere in den Kopf geknallt, so ein Geld, das steht von Null. Auf das es nie was anderes gibt, selbst wenn es mal beruhigt. Da springt der erste hinter Tresen, denn die Musik bestimmt es wir. Ich höre noch Rebels with a Close, das steht schon fest, den Leute dir. Hey! Da siehst du Schüler fliegen, Frauen schreien, gebrochene Nasen und viel Spaß. Da hörst du Scheiben krachen, Skinheads grün, da bringt mir nur so manches Glas. Auf 20 Quadratmetern, an die 150 Jahre Knast. Und wenn die Männer den grünen Weg kassiert haben, dann haben wir viel einmal geschafft. Gäste blicken blöde, der Pub ist fest in unserer Hand. Und durch die Straßenkeller Bodies und blaue Lichter an der Wand. Mit einem Tritt, da fliegt die Tür geht auf und hat gesehen, was draußen los. Mit sich 60 Skinheads an, jetzt geht der Spaß, es richtig los. Hey! Da siehst du Schüler fliegen, Frauen schreien, gebrochene Nasen und viel Spaß. Da hörst du Scheiben krachen, Skinheads grün, da bringt dir nur so manches Glas. Auf 20 Quadratmetern, an die 150 Jahre Knast. Und wenn die Männer in die grünen Welt kassiert haben, dann haben wir viel einmal geschafft. Ja!
Selber nicht mehr sagen, wie oft du schon im Boden saßt, weil das Ende von dem Ganzen für dich zu oft der Anfang war. Es kann zu drehen und noch blenden, das was du bist, willst du nicht sein. Schaust du zurück nach hinten? Sag, willst du da wirklich sein? Nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück. So Doch scheinst du allein im Leben und für die anderen Sonne stehen. Das übt jeder mal im Leben, selbst die Tiefe der Scheiße stehen. Ich weiß, wie es ist, wenn's nicht mehr wehtut. Ich weiß, wie es ist, wenn nichts mehr geht. Ich weiß es jetzt, wenn ich die Lüge blauen Augen frech anseh. Nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück. Vergangene Zeiten, wenn nur ein Foto dir noch zeigt, dass nichts von dem dich noch begleitet, tief und bitter in dir schreit, wenn die Spuren deiner Lächeln, wenn du kein Morgenlicht mehr siehst. Sicher nicht die Beste, wo dich selbst im Gestern siehst. Nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück, nie zurück.
What's that?
Sieben. It's like the number 7.
Okay. Marcus is in the band JUNGS. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
All right. Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, man. It's really nice to have somebody on here. You're, I think, our first guest from Germany.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is on my side.
All right. Cool. So how long has JUNGS been a band?
So our band was founded in 2004. So we're now talking about more than 10 years of rock and roll blitzkrieg so far. And the band is Faber on bass, Bex on guitar, Andy on drums, and me raping the microphone and playing the guitar. Yeah,
oh, cool.
We released like a few records, like a few EPs and singles and other collaboration stuff. So yeah, we're out of there. We're happy to be featured on your radio show now.
Hey, no problem. I'm happy to play you guys, man. I really like your sound, man.
Thank you.
What do you call yourselves? You call yourself more or less rock and roll, working class rock and roll, or what would you put yourself in? Oi?
Well, we would say we're an oi band, mainly we're all skinheads, so we're an oi band, but of course, music is there for everybody. I can't tell you anything about punk rock because I'm not a punk rocker, I've always been a skinhead. But of course, I don't have anything against punk rock, and if there are punk rockers or I don't know rock and rollers who like the music, I'm happy if they like it. If they don't, they don't. But if they do, I'm fine with that. Totally fine. But if we're a skinhead band, we play mainly for the subculture we belong to. But as I said, music is for everybody, right?
Sure, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm a firm believer. If you like the music, I encourage you to listen to it. It doesn't matter. Nobody should judge anybody on what they like. So it's just like, be happy, enjoy the music you like, and go about your life.
Absolutely, and I really believe that if there's one thing about rock and roll, then this is not some kind of a like sellout culture or anything like that. But rock and roll is really like your blood group. You know what I mean? It's in your blood. And this is the only religion that everybody should share, with each other. It's like fucking rock and roll, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said. So, how often do you guys play out? I mean, is it like a couple times a month? I mean, what's your local scene like out there?
So, we're from the western part of Germany, Portsrhein, which is close to Cologne, Leverkusen, Bonn. Some people, might have heard of these cities. There's not a huge scene here, bigger scenes in Germany are, for example, like in Hamburg or in Berlin. This is where the biggest scenes are, or in East Germany. We don't have a huge scene here, but of course we like to play when we're promoting. We're happy to play there. So we're not playing that often right now because the problem is our drummer. We lost our drummer, so we just have Andy's like joining us, but he's playing like in two other bands, two punk rock bands. So we don't have that much time, which also means we don't have that much time to rehearse. To be prepared. To play huge tours or anything like that. We're going on tour in November, and in October we play a few gigs with Red Alert and Sheer Terror. That's planned so far. So we're happy to do that, and but sadly we can't play that often. But we would like to play more, of course. I think every band would like to play more as often as they can, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about that drummer situation, but maybe things will work out, man. You get
no. It's fine. We're happy that we have Andy. The other guys. There is a reason why he left. Why he had to.
Okay.
Why he had to.
No problem. So what time? We're on a 6-hour time difference over here between ourselves, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, right. When I finish this video and stuff, it'll be in a draft, and I'll send you the info tonight or tomorrow, so you'll be able to see it. Just so you know. I wanted to say, what are some of the bands that come through your town that you love to enjoy seeing, that you might share with us to tell us to check them out?
Well, Eric, I have to say I'm very, very open, when it comes to music. I really like almost every kind of music. I don't like techno or stuff like that. That for me is not music, but honestly, if it's like punk rock, if it's rock and roll, if it's soul, if it's reggae, if it's oi music, if it's skinhead, or if it's shoegazing or anything like that, or indie pop, I like all kinds of music. You know what I mean? I'm not so narrow-minded that I just listen to this one music. Listen to it, and stuff like that. There have been a few great bands I've seen. Like for example, an indie pop band that was awesome, like the Raveonettes. I don't know if you know the Raveonettes. They're from America, from New York. It's an awesome band, that was awesome, and that was more punk rock than a lot of punk rock bands that have been here in the last weeks, to be honest. That was pretty cool. I like, what else was a pretty cool show? I like Guitar Wolf a lot, these crazy Japanese guys. And, yeah, oh my god, that was a show. And honestly, there is so much good music. I've seen AC/DC, last month.
Nice.
So yeah, but we were talking about subcultural music. There are really a lot of good bands, you know. There are a few assholes out there, you know, who are just doing it for the money, or they're just fame bitches, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who are really doing it because they really believe in that. And, you know, I don't want to put any band above another band, you know, who has this, like, real ambition to play for subculture, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of good bands, there are a lot of good people who are, like, really giving a lot to play for this scene, people from the scene who are playing for the scene, and I really raise my glass to these people now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, what is the? I have a friend who's in Germany. I met through the show, and he told me how German people say cheers. Can you tell me what that is again?
Of course, I need my drink. Wait, it means Prost.
Prost. All right.
And if you want to be a nice guy, you say something like Prost, mein Freund, which means something like cheers, my friend.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Or if you want to be a super nice person, you say Prost, du Hurensohn.
Prost,
which
du
means
Hurensohn.
Yeah, repeat it. Prost, du Hurensohn.
Prost, du Hurensohn.
Perfect.
Right.
Well, it's better you don't say that because that means son of a bitch, but...
Sucker!
You know, I'm just trying to teach you a little bit German.
No, it's okay. It's okay, man. Like I told you before, your English, you know, you were worried about your English. Your English is better than some of the people over here. I mean, I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. So you guys got a pretty decent discography, a decent amount of releases and stuff. I had a great time going through YouTube and stuff, going through your videos and stuff. So I hope the people tonight get a chance to check it out, and if they don't, we'll make sure that they can follow the links and follow your page. I'll definitely do what I can to promote your page so people can stay up to date with you guys and what's going on with the band. So I'll definitely be doing that. I want to
And, yeah.
Cool.
So,
Go ahead. I said, go ahead. I interrupted you. I didn't mean to.
No, that's it. So,
Oh, okay. Are you on Randali Records too?
we're also on Randali Records, and, but we're not bound to, you know, we're not forced to stay with the label. We're always in promoting, and if there's anybody out there in the States, we're also happy to work with people from, you know, with labels from the States, you know, especially because it's a little bit tricky to import your records from Germany to the States, and we have some releases like English releases. We're not only playing in German, so it would be nice to release the records also in America, you know, because we also want to play in America one day.
Yeah, I'd love to have you play. I just started booking bands, so maybe one day in the future I can book you guys over here, you know, and we can go out and have some beers and raise some hell, man.
That would be absolutely great. And now that you know how to spell the word Hurensohn the right way, everything's fine.
So what are you drinking? Are you drinking whiskey or beer, or what do you got there?
So yesterday I met my father, and he gave me this bottle of scotch, and he said, you know, that would be the right time for that shit. And I said, I don't know when that time will be. And then, you know, we figured out this interview, so I thought maybe tonight's the night, right?
Yeah, cheers. It's too early for me to start drinking because I have a whole night of interviews. But I usually drink, like, this is your typical generic, like, well brand, but it's very good. But I normally drink my beer is or my whiskey I've been drinking is this Irish whiskey, and now the name's escaping me, but I so enjoy it. If it comes to me, I'll tell you. What is the name that you have? Do you know of the whiskey, the Scotch? Oh, we froze you. Well, if we don't get you back, we'll get back to you. This is the internet, so Marcus, are you there, Marcus?
Yeah. It was interesting a little bit, you know. But what I'm drinking is Johnny Walker. So I don't know what you.
Johnny Walker. Yeah. Is it red, blue, or black?
Well, I guess it's like how would you call it? It looks a little bit like pee. I don't know.
No,
but it tastes, but talking about a very, very horrible drink, if you have a second, I show you the meanest bastard in the whole world. Just a second.
Sure.
So, a good friend from Frankfurt gave this to me. She went to Italy, and she gave me this bottle, and she told me, don't ever drink it, because it was already almost killing me. And I was just like, is it that bad? And she said, yeah, you have to drink it with, I guess, like 1 liter of water on just a little shot of this thing. And it's called, like, it also has, like, the skull, the Totenkopf on it, because it's, like, it's pure poison, you know? So, it's still sealed, you know? I just prepared myself, you know? I just tried to save myself. But it's like, I heard that's the meanest bastard in the whole world when it comes to alcohol.
Wow, you have to drink a liter of water with that. That's crazy.
A liter of water, a lot of ice cubes, and a little shot of this weird stuff. That's it. And she said we drank the whole bottle with 20 people, and we all just had like 1 or 2 glasses, but we felt dead the next morning.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's called, and the name, if you translate it, it's like your stepmother's milk. Fuck's sake.
Well, thanks for sharing me that. I'm gonna definitely do some investigating into that, and then that's one of those kind of things. I don't know. Maybe I guess you only live once. You got to try everything sometimes, huh? Not everything, but you know what I mean.
Well, Eric, some say so and some say so. I don't know about that.
Oh, man. I couldn't even imagine. What is the beer situation over there? We have a lot of craft beers. That's the terminology here. We're like a microbrewery, small places. I mean, Germany's known for having beers, you know, these big beer halls and beer, you know, beer's very common, whereas here, you know, you have to be a certain age to have it and this and that, and you know, but now we have a great assortment and all the crap, what I consider crappy beer, like Anheuser-Busch and Coors and Miller. I try not to drink that shit unless it's the last resort, you know. And
okay.
You know, I like these small beers. You know, I was drinking for a while. I was drinking this stuff called Innis Gun. You know, it's not really a craft beer. I think it's from Europe and stuff, but I really liked it. But you know, as I went on, I like this local brewery. It's called Cigar City Brewery, and they have a Maduro, it's really tasty, and then there's this a triple ale that's really good. You know, and just stuff like that. What do you have, or do you know of let's say of America over there in Germany?
I don't know that much about American beer. The only beer that I know is like Budweiser, but I think it's originally like a Czech beer. And then I know Miller, of course, and I know Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
So that's what I know. I must say Pabst Blue Ribbon doesn't taste that bad to me.
Really?
But yeah, but you know, to be honest, like, you know, when we're talking about Germany, you know, if there's one thing, you know, that Germany can be very, very proud of, then it's that we have the best beer in the whole world. So in Germany, you know, we have these like huge breweries, like for example Bitburger or you know, stuff like that. But you know, there are also like a lot of like private little breweries, you know. And in Germany, we have like over 25,000 breweries, you know. And that's a lot of beer, I can tell. And a friend of mine, you know, hi Robert, one of my best friends, he's brewing beer also at home, you know, like his whole cellar is full of gear to just, you know, produce his own brew.
Nice.
It's absolutely insane, you know, but if you do this, you don't have any other hobbies anymore, because that's the only thing you're living for then.
Yeah.
But Yeah, German beer is awesome. I have to say, I like vodka orange. I like vodka energy. I like all this shit, a lot. I like drinking a scotch from time to time. I like wine. I don't drink that much beer, but I think the best beer in Germany is Bitburger. You can't go wrong drinking that.
I tell you what, after I do this interview, I'm gonna go get me a 6-pack of Bitburger from the store in tribute to you. So I'll try to remember before I drink it to take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah, do it. And if you ever come to Germany, I would be happy to invite you to a real Bitburger from Germany then.
Yeah, I'm sure the difference you'd have it here compared to over there is quite a bit of difference. Everybody here is worried about the alcohol content. I don't know how they do beer over there, if they even have to worry about that. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Probably is.
Yeah, it's the same here. The problem isn't that people are afraid that people are drinking beer. The problem is like you have like these alcohol pops. I don't know if you have this shit in America. It's like when you mix beer with Coca-Cola. If you mix it with lemonade or anything like that. So the kids are drinking it like lemonade, and so they don't get that it's still alcohol. You know what I mean? Or if you drink like vodka energy, it tastes like sweets, and of course very, very, very cheap, and people, they don't get it is alcohol, and of course there is a huge misuse of alcohol as well, but I guess if you drink too much, it's the same stuff as if you would eat too much. Too much of everything is not good. Simple as it is.
Tell my belly that. That Scotch whiskey I was drinking is Jameson.
Jameson, that's one of the best Irish whiskeys I ever taste. By the way, now we really talk like alcoholics here, right?
Yeah.
We're just talking about alcohol.
Yeah, I had to wean myself off it. I think I did. I went on a Jameson spree. I think I drank about 8 bottles in like 3 weeks. Man, I was just like, that's too much. But I lost your audio, so are you still there?
Yeah, well, that's a lot. 8 bottles is a lot.
Yeah. Can you? Your camera disappeared. I just have your still picture. Do you have? Can you scroll?
Yeah, I got a call here, but I just switched it, so it's no problem.
Okay, if you can, just hit your camera on your. There you go. You're back.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Yeah, man. It goes down so easy, man. It's. Putting a half bottle down in one sitting is not an issue for me. It's ridiculously expensive in the bars. I'm like, God, it was like 4 shots you could go out and buy a bottle. So that's how high it is over here. But so let me going back to beer. So you've got all these breweries over there. So I imagine you have lots of farms and stuff where the hops and stuff are grown. I mean,
yeah. So most of the hops from that you need to brew beer in Germany is coming from South Germany, like Bavaria. From that region. This is where most of the hops are coming from to produce the beer.
Okay, that makes sense. So a little bit, probably a little better weather down there and stuff. Being in south, there's not as much heat or cold.
Yeah, but like the south of Germany isn't that different, for example, to like the west or so. So it's not like the weather in Spain or Italy or something like that. Like it's still Germany. Most of the time is like it's not like summer or stuff like that.
Yeah, is it considered summer right now over there?
Well, there should be summer, but it's like raining the last 3 days in a row. So that's a pretty wet summer.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, and we're dealing with an extremely unusual amount of water. I mean, we're so far over, and August is like the rainiest month of the year, so we're probably going to have a lot of flooding here, honestly. So a lot of people a little north of here, just the county over, the next area over, are losing homes and stuff because the water's got nowhere to go. So
whoa.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, when it doesn't rain, people are complaining. Oh, it's so hot and da 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 da. It's like, I love it because it's so hot here, and I don't have it. With the rain, it's not so hot. So
no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But I guess in the end it's better to complain about the weather than complaining about losing your home, right?
yeah, exactly. There's anyways. So do you have any plans for any new releases in the future?
Yeah, we're going to release a one-sided vinyl single now that is going to be limited on 100 copies only. That's the plan. And then we're going to release a split with a band from America, but I don't want to talk too much about it because that just brings bad luck.
Sure.
And yeah, we just another plan that we have is for sure, like finding a drummer, solving this drummer situation. And of course, we really would like to invade the States, to play a few shows there. Full of peace, love, harmony, and rock and roll genocide.
Yeah, man. Well, if we can help you out, or we can point you in the direction with to meet some other bands to play with in other towns and stuff, we'll do our best to help you out. I hope you keep us in the loop with that other band, and maybe we can get you back on again with that other band to promote that release and promote it so everybody can check you both the bands out. So. Off the air, if you want to talk about it, that's cool. If not, I understand, But,
yeah. Well, not now, but
yeah.
you know how it is. If you talk too much about something, there are so many shitheads and, motherfuckers out there who are just waiting, to just destroy your plans. So sometimes it's better, to just, keep a good idea for yourself and then present the result of it,
Yeah.
instead of offering, some shitheads to piss in your, to pee in your front garden. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you can walk proud and don't give a fuck and just, you know what I mean? You just stick your head out and just, I don't stick your chin up and I don't care. Fuck y'all.
Absolutely. I'm not in the subculture, to make friends or to shake hands. If you're like that, then just grab a fucking acoustic guitar, sit around the campfire and sing hippie songs.
Very well said.
Very much. So
everybody's got to hug a hippie,
Not sure about that, my friend.
I'm kidding, man. I'm being sarcastic. But yeah, when you come to, if you ever come to St. Petersburg, I bring you to my friend's bar. I got him a sign, and it says "Hippies must use side door."
Perfect.
But yeah, I'll go into that later off the air with you. But yeah, I want to thank you for doing this, man. It's really nice of you to do this. I know there's a difference in time, and don't feel like this is the last time you'll be on the show. I want you back, Marcus. Keep us in the loop. I'm happy to have a friend in Germany, and you're welcome to. If you want us to play anything, say, hey, Eric, I've got this new release. Would you play it on the show? And I said, certainly. So. We'll be, as soon as we cut out with this, we'll be going right into some, let me say it again, Simon or JUNGS, is that right?
Simon Jungs, almost perfect.
Simon Jungs.
Perfect.
All right. But,
you have to select, it's Simon Jungs, pure Hurensohn rock and roll.
Pure hooligans rock and roll, is that what you called it?
Well, I said Hurensohn, but hooligans is also fine, I can live with that.
Okay, well, my German's not so good, so.
Yeah, but just remember this nice little word that I just teach you. Like Hurensohn is, the world in Germany is open for you if you just remember that word.
Yeah. So real quick, I know we were talking about soccer when we were talking the other day, football. What do you call it, soccer or football?
Here in Germany we call it Fußball, so it's like close to football, but I think in England they call it soccer, but everywhere else they now also call it football.
Okay. Yeah, I we have our American football. I don't know what you guys think of that, if you've ever seen it. It's pretty brutal. I never played it with the helmet and stuff, just neighborhood kids playing it and stuff, but I played...
I went to an American football game in Cologne because there was this football team called Cologne Crocodiles. I went there with my father, but we just went there one time, and if you don't know the rules and stuff like that, it's like you don't have an access to this game.
Sure. Yeah, it's I can understand that. It was the same when I played I played soccer, football, for 22 years. You know, and I still wish I could play it, but my body's just it's done. You know, it's in my mind I can do the things I could do 15 years ago, but mechanically wise I can't do that. You know what I mean?
You know, we're all getting older, my friend. You know, that's the problem. We're getting older, and the jokes are not getting better. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. So, the divisions over there for the German football teams are first, second, and third still, right?
Well, so what do you mean? Like if we have a Premier League or something like that? Yes.
Yeah.
We have like a Premier League, then we have like, you know, these the it's called like Zweite Liga, Zweite Bundesliga. We know it's like, you know, second division, yeah, and that's stuff we have.
Yeah, I can remember when I was a boy, I used to watch this guy named Toby Charles, and it was on PBS, and it was the only station back in the day that would broadcast games, and it was called Soccer Made in Germany. And you know, that's how I knew a lot of the players. That's how I first saw Gerd Mueller before he came to my state and played for the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. You know, that was, I think it was about 10 years after he scored those 13 goals in that World Cup. But, you know, a real treat to see him playing with George Best. You know,
George Best really was a rock and roller. Really, I think he said that, you know, he spent half of his money on women and booze, and the rest he just lost it. I guess it was a nice guy, he said, but, you know, it was a nice guy.
Yeah, there's some of them. That one guy, Eric, he played with. I think he played with Man United. Eric, I can't think of his last name. He was a forward. I heard he was the same way. He was a rock star, just out of control, drunk. Eric Canto or something.
I don't know Eric Canto, but I know, for example, like what's this other guy's name? Oh shit, I don't. Just think of Paul Gascoigne. Paul Gascoigne was also a total madman. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. But you know. Seeing your team, didn't we beat you guys this year in a friendly or something?
Yeah. No. I think well, I just have to think back now, because the only thing that I remember is that we won the World Cup.
Yeah.
I just have to see where the American team was. But to be honest, the American team was very, very good, and I was very surprised to see them playing that good. And also, it's very nice information on the side. The coach of the German team is Jürgen Klinsmann, which is the coach who was the former German coach. Right. You know, in 2006, when we almost, you know, won the championship, before we got screwed over by Italy.
Yeah. I always loved that team. When he played for the World Cup with Pierre Labarski, I think it was, and him and Rudy Fuller. Am I right?
One of my favorite players, Rudy Fuller. I will never forget this match when they played against Holland, and this guy. Shit, what was his name? He's now the coach. He was the coach then of Barcelona. Shit, what was his name? Rijkaard, and Rijkaard spit at him during the match 2 times. He was spitting into his hair. You know, it's totally fucked up. That was in the 90s. That was 1990. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it's amazing how you remember certain things, and you remember how people handle themselves over those situations. You know. So. Of course,
I remember that. I was on vacation with my mother in Tunisia, and we were the only German people in a fucking hotel full of Englishmen. full of English people, and they were all watching the game because they thought like, okay, these German motherfuckers, they get kicked out here, we were the only ones who were just like, yeah, fuck yeah, and in the end we won against Argentina, and even these, like English people, were yelling for Argentina, and
wow.
I will never forget that, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, it's just taken off over here. As far as the people, I mean, when I was into soccer and stuff, a lot of people referred to it as sissy and, oh, you play soccer, you're dainty and stuff. And it's like, you don't get it. It takes a lot to play soccer, running back and forth to get that ball in the back of the net. It isn't always easy when you have good competition, and it's just more and more people are putting their kids into it because they're realizing the dangers of other sports, the wear and tear, the concussions. I mean, you get concussions in any sport you play, but it's really grown since back when I was a kid. Now, which is great. I mean, we don't have problems. The stadiums are getting fuller and fuller when national teams play, and even our pro sports teams, soccer teams, are getting better. The quality of the players, we don't have to go to Europe and get the guys that are into their careers coming over here to play as much. We still do, but it's not as much. Our stock in players is getting better. The clubs, the youth clubs and stuff are getting better. It's kind of like the teams, I'm sure, like Bayern Munich and all those teams have these farm leagues, these under teams where they develop these players and grow them up. We're starting to do that, and it's paying off, and hopefully it just keeps going and nobody loses interest in it. And then we should, maybe one day we'll be a national soccer powerhouse. I mean, we have enough people over here. Just if more people would play it, we'd be better, but it is.
Definitely. I think the main problem is, to bring this sport to the people, the main problem is there are so many sports already. You have like basketball, you have baseball, you have American football, and all this stuff, and there is a lot of money in sports today, so if you want to, promote a new thing, you need money, you need sponsoring and all that stuff, and, I think that's the main problem,
I gotta ask you, who is your favorite team over there?
My favorite team is Werder Bremen, still. And but football in our band is like a pretty fishy thing because we have like everybody likes a different team in our band, so we don't sing about any specific team. And when we come to a town like Bremen or Gelsenkirchen, because these other guys are like Schalke fans, we always like have a little bit beef on stage with each other, but it's just like a friendly thing, But we some of these things, they can become they can get out of hand in Germany and in Europe. So this is why we don't sing about any specific teams. We don't joke around about hooliganism, what a lot of American bands do sometimes. I don't know what hooliganism means to you in America, but in Germany, that really means like, you are fighting for your team with other people, and we're not talking about like I'm telling you that you're a son of a bitch and you throw your glass at me. We're really talking about people dying here in Europe, So you should think twice about joking around like that. I know that a lot of American bands or a lot of American people are talking about like hooliganism, but I don't think that they have this football and hooligan culture as we have here in Germany. Because we're talking here about like serious shit, like cities that are getting like closed because of football games, people who are dying, children sometimes, in the past they died, their parents died. So this is all like not a joke, Some people see a movie from Europe like this movie Football Factory, and then they think, oh my god, it's so cool, it's such a good casual culture, but in the end we're talking about violent people here, It's okay if you're into hooliganism, everybody is old enough, if you just want to fight with people, who are on the same level as you, do that, it's your decision, you're old enough, but I think people should think about, this thing, if they just want to use it for promotion or any shit like that, because we're talking about people, who lost family members and, other people. We're talking about something real hate. There are bands, for example, in the 80s, they came from Bremen, they couldn't play in Hamburg. Bands from Hamburg, they couldn't play in Bremen. St. Pauli people couldn't go to other countries, to Rostock. Rostock people killed St. Pauli fans. In Italy, there is this huge hooliganism, culture. They have it also in Sweden. It's not a joke, It's not a joke. It's not, some teenage bullshit, that you can joke around and then you have a band who sing like 15 tracks about hooliganism. But in the end, they never got, beaten up after a football game. That's serious shit, man, and people dying there. Yeah. It's like not fun, It's a serious thing.
Yeah, no, we maybe a few football games, but I mean, it's not even the magnitude, not even close to you guys have over there. Where I think when we see that stuff on the news over here, people are just like, wow, they really take their shit seriously. I mean, they don't fool around, and this is like, it's just a game, that's how a lot of people are looking at it. It's just like, but this is, I can see where you have generations upon generations of people that were a certain team's fan, it runs in the bloodlines, and it's just like, I can understand why they take it so seriously, and people just over here really have no idea. They really don't.
And then it depends on where you go to Europe. It's really hardcore. Like the Polish scene or the Russian hooligan scene is like, this is like going to war. Or talking about war like ex-Yugoslavia, for example. There's Serbia and Croatia. There were people who were fighting each other, like with guns. With rifles. They shot each other. Like a few years ago. And now they are rivals. In different football or hooligan firms. We're really talking about serious shit here. This is not meant to be used for some stupid promotion.
No. Wow. That being said, I was going to ask you, what did you think of last year's World Cup, or this year? From what was it, Brazil? What did you think overall of those teams? How they put it over?
After well, of course, I'm very, very happy about that. At the end, Germany won the cup, and Holland didn't win the cup. And again, I want to say Germany won the cup, and Holland didn't. So, that was good. That was good. It was a lot of. It was honestly, I never, ever thought Germany would win this cup this year.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was surprised.
And I have to say, they really, the first matches they played, parts of it were horrible, and then like in the last two games, they really, really, really started to become so fucking strong, and but this thing against Argentina, the final, that was awesome. Honestly, I thought I would get a heart attack, and isn't it that so weird? Because I wasn't at home, and after we won the cup against Argentina, I called my father, and I said, is that to believe? 20 years later, I was, on vacation with Mom, and I called you and told you, now we won the championship, and now it's exactly the same thing again against Argentina, again I'm on vacation. Oh, man.
Well, we did win the World Cup too, so... I have to put that out there. Our women's World Cup team won. So
I know, Eric, and I have to say I watched a few games because they have been like in Canada. Because of the time zone, I couldn't watch all the games, but a few of the teams, they play very, very impressive football. Especially talking about the Chinese team and the American team. I was very, very surprised by them. They really played well, and they played. I don't think that women football is so fast, no. But there's a lot of tactic, and honestly, they played very, very hard for women in bars. You know what I mean? Like that was pretty hard. You know?
Well, I think the you can clearly see that some teams are clearly advanced in their skill level compared to other teams. But that just takes, I hate to say it like this, but it takes years to develop. It takes, you know, a lot of money. You know, I think the richer countries are better off because they can dedicate, you know, these players don't have to work as so many jobs and then go do that, you know, because of the money situation. Because I know a lot of these girls that play this pro soccer, they don't make much money, man. It's not, it's for the love of the sport, you know. That's all it is, you know. They're living a dream.
I know. There is a lot of money in European football. Sometimes, you know, I don't know if you follow that on the news or so, but sometimes, you know, people getting transferred from one club to another club, you know, and we're talking about like 5 million euros, or other people, you know, like 60 million euros, 35 million euros, and you just think, oh my God, you know, they're not saving any lives. You know, they are not doctors or shit. They are running after a ball on a field. But, it's entertainment. You know, people want to be entertained. People paying for entertainment.
Well, I don't know how the athletes are over there, but some of them over here really piss me off. The ones that make a lot of money, and they think they have the right to act like assholes. And I think there's a lot of people like soldiers and doctors, like you said, and other people, you know, nurses and people that volunteer their time that don't make money, the money they should, that these athletes make. So hopefully one day the money situation will kind of be, instead of this way, it'll be a little bit more, you know what I mean?
I know.
Level out and stuff, because I mean, I think the unsung heroes are the people that you don't talk about every day on the news and stuff. You know, the politicians and stuff. It's the blue collar people that need more respect, I think, in my opinion. You know, and that deserve more money. But it's you know, everybody's got to keep fighting for what they believe in, man, and hopefully things will change. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I hope so too.
Cool, man. Well, so if people want to check your band out, what's the best way you tell them to look for your band?
The best way is to get in touch with us, maybe, you know, on Facebook, or you just, you know, type in like JUNGS on YouTube. You will find some songs there. You will find some live videos and some other shit. And otherwise, I think, you know, you can order our stuff online. We're on Spotify and all this bullshit.
Oh, cool.
You know, so people can. Are you on
Bandcamp or Reverb Nation?
No, we're not, because, you know, I'm not very familiar with that kind of stuff. You know, that we have this guy, you know, from Holland, you know, High Wouters from Rebellion Records. He told me, you know, about some stuff, but honestly, you know, Eric, I'm not into like that. You know, for me, the internet has always been like for watching sports and watching porn. Not my music.
Well, I mean, I have to tell you, man.
My music, you know.
If you would have told me 30 years ago that I would have an internet show doing punk rock and hardcore and oi and rock and roll, I would have told you you're smoking drugs. But
okay, but what would have happened if I would have asked you, Eric, will you ever have a sexy webcam show?
I said that might be considerable, but who would want to see a fat guy on a sexy webcam show? That's the question.
Eric, you know, in this world, nothing is impossible anymore.
You're right. You know, and never know.
Everything is possible.
You know, you never know. After this show tonight, I could end up with my own sexy webcam show. You never know. A little spin-off, you know?
Go for it. Go for it. If you want to do it, go for it. I would like to say, Eric, if I can give you a helping hand, but that could be misunderstood, you know.
No thanks, man. If I do this venture, I'll do it all by myself. But
Perfect.
Again, Marcus, it was great having you on the show tonight. We both just froze up, so hopefully we didn't crash. There we are. We're both moving. I want to welcome you back. Maybe we can have you back on like towards December, towards the end of the year, see how things are going, like just catch up, and hopefully we can drink together or something. You know, I apologize because I can't start drinking with you right now. I know you get to go to bed. I just was waking up when we talked earlier. So
Eric, whenever you want to have a chat again, I'll be happy to do that, So let's, think about this December thing, and for now, thank you for this opportunity to be on your show. Hi to all these cool people in America, and, as I said, if you want to get a little tip about sexy self-cams and, filming yourself, just let me know, we talk.
All right, Marcus, you have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being on the ED show. And Auf Wiedersehen, is that correct?
Absolutely correct, my friend.
All right.
Have a good day, and cheers to all the people in America, and sorry for my bad English.
No,
have a good day.
Great. Cheers.
For Mike. Right, point the finger at me. Every time I ever say the right brain tells me better to quit. Cold in the fucking head. Put it in incorrect. Wanna be so busy and shaking hands. The skin out, way up, life for me. Starting with a scum for making friends. We salute the skinheads. We salute the skinheads. No talk, we salute them. We salute the skinheads. I still remember good old days where we shaving and was everything accounted. No sorry for my pages and no fucking liberties. No scum looking the same as us. No one to take away.
Destroy everything we stood for. Many the guns, gun in our head. We salute that skinhead. We salute that skinhead. We salute that skinhead. Control Leute. Salute that skinhead.
Wir spielen als nächstes ein Lied. Heute Abend das erste Mal, ganz neues Ding. Heißt Tanz der Arbeiter. Alles, was ihr machen müsst, ist Skinhead schreien an der richtigen Stelle.
Kurze Haare, schwere Stiefel, Fäuste in der Luft. Du kannst dich nicht dagegen wehren, wenn dich dein Erbe ruft. Dass du angetreten hast, in einer Subkultur geboren. Wie ein Uhrwerk aufgezogen, mit präziser Aggression. Tanz der Arbeiter, Tanz der Arbeiter, Tanz der Arbeiter, Skinhead! Ein Mauerwerk aus Eisen steht der stolzen Chaka-Sound. Alle warten auf den Kicker, doch im Ohr ist Heuchlers Hohn. Schlag ihm die Lüge von den Lippen, drückt der Blutgeld glatt. Wie ein Uhrwerk aufgezogen in den letzten Kontentant. Tanz der Arbeiter, Tanz Tanz der Arbeiter, Tanz der Arbeiter, Skinhead! Blaue Flächen mahnen davon, dass die Nacht ein Eigen war. Wie ein Andenken von kurzer Art, das schmerzlich ehrlich war. Mit deinen Brüdern brennt die Luft, kommt auch ein Inneren verloren. Und wenn du fängst, ja, dann stehst du auf. Und wenn Geld da spielt von vorn. Skinhead! 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 Und nochmal! Tanz der Arbeiter! Tanz der Arbeiter! Tanz der Arbeiter! Skinhead! Der Geschweif!